This is why Apple AC recommends Amana for your home.
Call 888-APPLE-AC.
CMCO 56836.
Frogger's Grill and Bar. Hop in with food and fun. Come out for football, college, and NFL. And of course, wings, wings, wings. Frogger's Grill and Bar. Open for lunch every day. Located in Mount Dora, Oviedo, Apopka, Altamont Springs, and now open in Old Town.
Peace of mind. It's one of the most important things we can have, and sometimes the most elusive. I'm Mark Anajar from the Law Office of Anajar and Levine. If you've been involved in a slip and fall accident, call us at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Office in Orlando.
This week, it's the Jags on Florida Man Radio.
The Jags are heading west for a Rocky Mountain High. Oh, yeah. This Sunday, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Denver Broncos from Mile High Stadium in Denver. Florida Man Radio has it live Sunday. Pregame at 3:30, kickoff at 4:25.
Central Florida's home for the Jacksonville Jaguars. 660 AM, 105.5 FM. Florida Man Radio.
Why's the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off at school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Now, back to You Have Power Radio with attorney Justin Clark.
I mean, what if you did go to McDonald's and bought the Happy Meal and they said, okay, that's great, you can buy the Happy Meal, but as part of buying the Happy Meal, you also have to purchase a cheeseburger. I mean, that's what hotels are doing to us right now. You go to a hotel and you pay them what they ask for the room and the taxes and all that other nonsense, and then they say you have to purchase the Wi-Fi, the ability to get 20% off at the spa or whatever it is. This resort fee is killing me. I think the resort fee should be outlawed. It should be illegal. I don't want your Wi-Fi. I don't want your snack. I don't want your 2 free bottles of water upon check-in. I will go buy my own bottle of water. $2.9 billion hotels have made. They've taken, I should say, of your money in 2018, $2.9 billion they have taken from us in the form of resort fees. I don't want to pay your resort fee. I'm already paying enough with your valet parking. I don't want to pay your resort fee, but what do? Well, if you go to Las Vegas, you have no chance at all, because every single room of the 62,000 rooms on the Strip charges the resort fee. Well, Justin, this is a dumb show because I don't even travel. I don't even know why I would care. Well, here's why you should care. Resort fees also allow hotels to cheat state and local taxes. Because what they do, sometimes they'll lower the room rate, which is subject to a certain tax, and then jack up the resort fee, which is taxed way less. So the roads, the schools in your community are being affected due to these resort fees and how the hotels are manipulating them to better themselves. And it's not just like 5-star resorts that are doing this, guys. Let's check in at the Days Inn in Miami. The Days Inn, 2 stars it gets, charges a resort fee. Or head over to the Super 8. The Super 8. You ever been to a Super 8, Briana?
No.
The Super 8 in Las Vegas charges a resort fee. Now, buddy,
Why?
I don't think this is a resort. I mean, I don't know the actual definition of resort.
Anything that's above 3 stars, right?
Well, this is 2 stars.
Exactly.
Back in the day, it was normal. If you go to a hotel, they'll charge you for specific things, snacks, drinks, things like that. That was normal. But this all started back in about 97 when they just started to charge mandatory fees so they could advertise a cheaper rate. Now, the American Hotel and Lodging Association is making me crazy on this deal because they really are trying to pretend like this is legit, and what they're doing is a legitimate way to do business. They say that The resort fees pay for a range of hotel amenities, such as pool use, gym access, Wi-Fi, newspapers. Well, this is part of doing business, Mr. Hotel Man. If you don't want to give us newspapers, that's fine. Don't give us a newspaper. And if we want a hotel that gives away free newspapers, then maybe we go down the street. Or maybe we like your hotel. But this is the cost of doing business. Don't force me to pay for a newspaper that I don't want in the form of this stupid resort fee. Keep your newspaper. Keep your bottle of water. There are some groups out there, consumer groups, that are fighting back. They believe, the groups Travelers United and this awesome website called Kill Resort Fees, they both are saying that, look, if you're going to charge a mandatory fee, it should be included in the nightly room rate. And I totally agree. And then some of these rating systems are also cracking down a little bit. I think this is going to be a consumer-driven fight. You know, Attorney General can do whatever they want, I guess, but to me, this is going to be a consumer-driven fight. Hotels have turned mafia against us. They've all gotten together and they said, we're just going to charge this fee and the consumer's going to have no choice. They're going to pay $45 a day for 2 bottles of water upon check-in.
So I'm over here on our Facebook, and people are saying that the resort fee actually helps offset the cleaning cost of bodily fluids spraying all over the place. What do you think about that?
I think that part of doing business is you have to have cleaning people.
Isn't that not included in the general
no,
cost?
that's different too. Resort fees, there's cleaning fees and resort fees. Those are two different things.
Like, if you're talking about Airbnb and a cleaning fee, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that.
Except some of those are insane. Have you ever done an Airbnb where you search and it was like $30?
Yes.
And you hit the $30. All right, wow, crazy key. You know, we got a place in the Keys for $30.
Yeah, but it shows
by
you
the time
right
you end
there.
there, you're like $330 a night.
Yeah, but it does show you right there, and I can understand this cleaning fee. It's a privately owned deal, and they're going to have to get it cleaned. I get this. It's the resort fee that you can't navigate around, and they're doing it under the guise of they're giving you something for it, whether it's a newspaper, whether it's a bottle of water, and you can't go there and say, I don't want these things.
Right.
I don't want them. Okay? So don't charge me oh, no, Mr. Clark, we still have to charge you the $45 if you don't want to use any of the facilities. Well, that's what I don't like about it. But some of the hotel rating systems, I know AAA is doing this, they've been deducting points from hotels that they were reviewing if they charge resort fees. They've noted that it's a major annoyance for travelers. Even Frommer's has come out recently with many articles about resort fees. In fact, our good friends, west, I guess, of us, it depends on which way you fly, in Australia, have become so up in arms over the resort fees that it is now, in Australia, illegal to charge a resort fee. So, I mean, this is a big deal. I mean, I don't think you guys think about it much, but it is kind of a big deal when you pull up something on Expedia and it says $150, and you know you're going to get hammered with some taxes in addition to that, fine. But then when they throw another $40, $50 a night on top of it, you're like, what is this? And they say it's for the newspaper. Who reads newspapers anymore anyway?
You're absorbing the cost of those that do.
So one of my favorite ones I've found so far is this Provident Luxury Suites in Fisher Island, Miami.
Yeah, how much?
Did you read this one?
No, how much?
This one's a $100 a night fee. Because this resort is owned by, their words is that most amenities and restaurants on Fisher Island are managed by the Fisher Island Club. The Provident Luxury Suites Fisher Island has no affiliation with the Fisher Island Club. So to use anything on this resort that the Fisher Island Club has, you have to become a temporary member of the club.
It's a membership fee.
It's a daily membership fee. But here's the fun part. This guy in the article, he said that it's not very clear what's included in the $100 besides temporary membership in their club. A hotel representative didn't know either. But they did suggest that the fees cover the access to the restaurants, golf courses, and spa. But you're still paying for those places. So it just allows you to walk in there. The $100 got you the ability to walk into the restaurant.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
No dining, but you can walk in and see the rich people, I guess.
You know, just when I was at UCF, I looked at my tuition, which I was paying out of pocket. So, you know, every little dime, I wanted to make sure it was going towards either books or me actually walking and breathing in your classroom.
Right.
And there was a service fee that was about $800 to $900 every semester.
For?
It included the use of your library. It included gym access. Basically, all these amenities that I did not use as a student at this campus.
I think it's bogus, honestly. We should probably do a show on that. Bring your old transcripts in or bills or whatever.
Yeah,
we
and
should
look
probably
at
talk
these
about
service
that too.
fees because, like, if I don't use it, I feel like I shouldn't. Why am I paying for someone else to use the library? I don't care.
I think it's the cost of doing business. You can't just offset those costs and charge it to people for no apparent reason. In Europe, they've had problems with these resort fees as well, and now they require hotels to quote the total price of the goods or services, inclusive of taxes and fees. So even in Europe, if you book a hotel room, you're not going to have this separate teeny little hidden charge at the bottom that says resort fee. And think, good. I'm not one of these big regulation guys either. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like raging liberal saying we need to regulate the hell out of business. That's not who I am. But I am a consumer that doesn't like to be taken advantage of, and I am a consumer that I can guarantee you I can smell when I'm getting taken advantage of, and that is exactly what we're doing when it comes to these resort fees. So, I don't know. I'm still paying it starting tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, $45 a pop. But I'm not happy about it.
Why not an Airbnb? I'm sorry, maybe I missed that part.
It's one of these deals like staycation, Sophia's friends are going.
Oh, God.
And, and quite honestly, it was outright. No, I'll tell you why. It's because they have a lazy river.
Hey,
she likes the lazy river.
Now we're talking. That's a lazy river fee.
Yeah, exactly.
Take that.
Yeah, I'd be paying the lazy river fee.
I pay that. Eric, you pay that?
Oh yeah.
I pay that. I love it.
They better give me double beds because right now I have a king and I have 2 children.
Oh my God. Rollaway beds.
I'm like, look, if I'm paying your resort fee,
rollaway beds. Let me tell you, saves it.
I don't know what's going on in Central Florida, but more pedestrians are being killed here than anywhere else in the country, and it's not even close. A recent study shows Central Florida is the most dangerous place to walk in the entire United States. From 2008 through 2017, across the country, 49,340 people who were walking on the streets were killed. Now, of those 49,000, 5,433 deaths were in Florida and 656 were right here in Central Florida. Now, let me tell you the top 5 cities, and this is going to blow your mind, the top 5 cities for pedestrian deaths in the country. Number 1, Orlando. Number 2, Daytona Beach.
Whoa.
Number 3, Melbourne. Number 4, Sarasota. Number 5, Lakeland. I'll even go number 6, Jacksonville. Now, how in the world are the top 6 cities in the country for pedestrian deaths all right here within an hour and a half of us? Any explanation? Because I have one explanation, but I'm happy to hear your explanations as well. Number 1, and poor Brianna's heard this before. I go play basketball in the mornings at about 5:30 a.m., 3 days a week, something like that. At 5:30 a.m., it is still dark in my neighborhood. I live in one of these gated neighborhoods. It has sidewalks on both sides of the street. You know what I mean? Sidewalks, which were designed for, I'm assuming, because it's part of the damn word, walking.
That's right.
Sidewalk. Right? What else could the walk mean there? It must mean walking. That being said, as I'm driving to the gym, I would say probably once every 2 weeks, maybe even once a week, in the dark, someone is walking towards my car in the street. Not the same person. I mean, this happens over and over again.
Of course.
Why? Why do we walk in the street towards my car when it's dark, when we have sidewalks. Do you know, Brianna? EC, can you tell me? Is it better for your joints?
No, but a lot of it is a issue with the fact that we don't enforce that with the law, which it is a law that a lot of times pedestrian crossings and things like that, you're supposed to cross at a certain spot. You cannot, and they don't enforce that. There is a jaywalking law on the books, and the only place I know that actually enforces it is UCF cops. They're really big on that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, and they have to be, because I know of an intersection right there outside of UCF that Alafaya University, when I was there, probably at least once, twice, maybe 3 times a week, someone got hit out there.
Yeah, terrible.
And that's an issue with the issue with our land bridge issues. There's not very good places to cross, and Florida is very poorly designed when it comes to actually crossing the road because of the fact that we have very big, high, 4-lane areas and nowhere to cross. So people will just dart across that road.
What? One time I was so up in arms about this, about people walking towards my car or jogging towards my car when it's still dark, when we have sidewalks. We had a couple of doctors on the show. This was on the old station, whatever. Do you remember what they said? I think one of them said that it's not better for your body to walk on the
concrete as it is to walk on asphalt.
Yeah,
yes.
One of them did say it's probably better for you to run on the actual asphalt. Which
I know for me, when I was doing a lot of running, the sidewalks have the issue because they're not kept very well. So the road, a little more likely that you're not going to run into cracks and broken pieces and things like that when you're running in the dark. So sidewalks, depending on where you're at now, you're a gated community. Probably if a broken piece of sidewalk there, that gets fixed.
I mean, look, under this theory, we should stop investing money in sidewalks, right? I mean, at the end of the day, there's just no point. What is the point of a sidewalk? What is it?
Sorry. I'm still laughing at the fact that Eric just put you out there. He's like, are you in a gated community?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's true. You, in an area where it's a gated community, they're more likely to get things fixed. But you're running down the street somewhere else that...
In like Orlando.
Yeah, some of that Orlando. It's the roads, the sidewalks are a mess. And there's some of them where, they put a new house in there and they didn't want anybody in their yard, so they didn't even put a sidewalk. They just put yard all the way across.
It's just grass.
I don't understand what the point of a sidewalk is unless we are jogging and walking on said sidewalk.
Yeah.
What's the point? And you wonder why we have so many pedestrian accidents here. It's because people are just running down the street for no apparent reason.
They're trying to get healthy.
And they're running towards my car. Whereas,
so you can see them. They want to see the car coming towards them.
One of our other biggest ones, though, is where we are at. It's Orlando. It's tourists. And tourists, a lot of them come from countries that they've never seen anything like crossing, I-Drive down by Disney, Sand Lake and I-Drive. You've never seen something across that is terrifying right there, to actually try to walk across that.
With your family of 7.
Yeah.
Dragging
the poor,
your 3-year-old.
and the poor British people have never seen the sun before, so they're red-faced and...
And then, they get the bill from the hotel and see the resort fee, and they're getting the hell out of Dodge.
Absolutely.
And they're not even looking both ways because they're trying to get out of there.
Yeah. And they just bought a timeshare. They don't know what the hell's going on.
The only thing worse than a resort fee is getting hit by a car as you leave the hotel.
With your new timeshare and all these things.
Oh, yeah. Police body cameras, right? There's a huge proliferation of virtually every police officer in the country now has a body camera, right? It's having a weird effect, though, on attorneys. Let me tell you what it's doing. Public defenders' offices, you know the PD, right? The attorneys who work for the accused for free. It's the state has to appoint them. So every accused person has the right to an attorney. If they can't afford their own private attorney, they're appointed a public defender. Well, their offices, because they really can't pay a whole lot of money to these lawyers, they've long struggled with high turnover rates. But lately, the turnover rates have increased by triple. You know why?
What's that?
Because they are swamped by the amount of video footage they have to review from police body-worn cameras. So now when people are getting accused of a crime, we have the whole deal documented, right? And so you request all of this video from the prosecution, from the police officer, from whoever actually has control over it at the time. We request all that information, and what we have to do is defending them. We have to review it all. We're talking about sometimes hours worth of footage, or if they were stalking, your client for days. You could review days of that footage. Public defenders' offices right now and court-appointed attorneys are struggling to maintain lawyers because they simply cannot keep up with the amount of footage that they're having to review. I mean, what do you think about police body cams, guys? I'm curious.
I think they are good for some things. I think they're overkill most of the time, though. And for that, I mean, they'll catch. People think that cops are doing bad things all the time, and it's one cop out of every 10,000 cops is doing something wrong during that day. Something happened.
I think it's great. I really do think it's great.
It's great. Just like I see people angry about the doorbell cameras and things like that, about them being able to get that footage. You know what? The more footage that's out there, the more likely there's less issues when it comes to being accused for a crime or prosecuting a crime or things like that.
And not to mention, we get live PD on Friday and Saturday nights now.
Yeah,
we have nothing
that's
better
a great
to do.
show.
Do you watch that show?
Perfect.
I do. I like it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of it. It's always reruns for me because I don't get to watch time. I don't get to watch it live, but yeah.
Amazon. Those of us that don't have credit cards, I know Briana loves Amazon.
I do.
About once a day, she comes to my office and says, "Can we order this on Amazon?"
It's even better when I don't have to pay for it, Eric.
Exactly. Yeah, you love Amazon when it's got someone else's dime.
Amazon has launched a cash payment option for online purchases.
How was that?
Think about this. How do you do this? You're buying something on Amazon. You just have a credit card or PayPal stored in there, right? That's the only way to purchase on Amazon, isn't it? Nope. Amazon has now announced it's giving customers the ability to pay for online purchases with cash.
What, COD?
Amazon Pay Code will let online shoppers pay for purchases on Amazon's digital marketplace at one of 15,000 Western Union locations.
So they're going to prop up Western Union because I thought that was pretty much done with.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that Western Union was begging. They were on their knees for this.
Collectively breathe a sigh of
Papa
relief.
Amazon.
Wow.
Let them pay cash. We're running out. We don't have any customers left.
Jeez.
So, I mean, is this a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, I guess it's not terrible, right?
Not for them.
I mean, it's more income from them. I don't understand it. There's many ways now. I mean, there's very few people that can't find a way to pay with a bank account in some way.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going to say that they're putting down like vending machine type things.
Look, they probably bought Western Union for all I know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's going to be Amazon Union before you know it. But I mean, it's unbelievable when you're driving around right now, the trucks that you see. And this just happened over the last year, that Amazon after Amazon after Amazon, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, essentially, they're taking over the world in a lot of ways.
And you don't even know most of them. A lot of them are those white vans that you see driving around.
Absolutely.
Right.
You don't even know the half of them that are out there.
And then they outsource it to just like your average Joe.
Yeah.
So it's just some guy showing up in his Camry, dropping off your package.
So good news for those of you who want to pay cash for your Amazon purchases. I should probably lay that rule down in my household. Because it's more difficult to go to Western Union. No one wants to go to Western Union, let's be honest.
Absolutely.
It's not exactly like the, Taj Mahal of places to hang out.
I'd stop bugging you.
That bulletproof glass always gets me.
Or you got to go down to the Winn-Dixie and stand in line.
Right, or Walmart or some crap, yeah.
Venmo. Do you use Venmo?
I do.
EC, do you know what Venmo is?
I know what it is. Don't use it.
Well, you better be careful because huge scams lately for people who use Venmo. Scammers have been sending text messages to Venmo users mimicking the app's appearance, telling them their accounts will soon be charged. Look, if you don't recognize the payment, they're just going to log in to your account and start stealing your money. How does Venmo work? I've never tried this, Briana.
So Venmo is a bit like Cash App or Square, PayPal, in a sense that you link your bank account to it, or you link a debit card or something like that to it, and you're able to send money back and forth to someone that you know through a username, essentially, is what happens.
And are a lot of people using this now?
Yeah, a lot of people use it. That or Cash App, or even PayPal's thrown their hat back in the game to do instant transactions like that.
We do chicken wings at the office on Thursday, and I always hear the staff saying, "Oh, send me money on," what are they talking about?
That's right, Venmo.
It's Venmo.
Yeah, you Venmo me, or because it takes it from your bank account to your, almost like an ACH transfer.
I'm like,